Everybody. Welcome to Friday, June the 10th, 2022. Today I have with me the energy of this wonderful soul by the name of Quan. And she wants to discuss the gift you can give to the future. And it's about being in the present, here, and now. She says, far too many of us have gotten into this process of anticipation at the expense of creation. You do not fully understand that you are creating now. You will not create tomorrow. You can only create what you will have tomorrow now. To get to a deep appreciation of what that is, it's important to understand the value in being able to keep your mind quiet. It should only be utilized for the purpose of creating, of defining your experiences of the future. So many of you have been taught to have such noisy minds, very noisy minds. It has become almost impossible for a large number of you to be able to deliberately create, to understand and appreciate what you are here for and what you are here to do. How can you know what this is if you are confused? How can you know what this is if you are worried about something that does not yet exist? How can you be unconfused if you are caught up in the past? Always remembering what was before, anticipating what will happen again. And this creates confusion for you. The you that I speak of is that you that is able to pause and listen and hear. That you that can at any moment be silent, be open, be aware. You see, the you that is the one I speak to is this one that lives in the present moment, that has a very acute sense and understanding of what is right and what is wrong, what is good and what is evil. If you have yourself captured by your past, it is very difficult to see what is really going on. It is only from the moment that you can ascertain what is true, what is false, what is right, what is wrong, what is good, what is evil. Only from this moment can you do this. Your body does this to you all the time, but you find yourself ignoring it. And of course, your ignorance results in pain. Your ignorance results in suffering. Your ignorance results in you causing conditions in your body that make it very difficult for you to live in the present moment. And yet, in the very nature of pain itself, it draws you to the present moment to remember and understand who you are. The function of your true nature is, again, we will use the word love. The function of your nature is love. And that love is based upon understanding what is true, what is right, what is good. In the act of anticipation, it is hard to know precisely what is going to be. But in the moment, you can know if a thing is good or not good. Even on the fundamental level of your body, a prick of a pin in your finger will tell you from your finger, will say to you, that is not good. It cannot lie. It cannot lie to you. And when you find your body unhealthy, it is not lying to you. It is saying there is something that is not good. And it is important you understand how to know what you already know. But you can only know this from the moment, from now. You can even pick up food in your hand and you can know if it is right. You can know if it is good. You can know if it is true for your body. And the moment you place that in your body that you know is not right for it, you know, then you are confused again and you move towards pain. Anyone that goes against the truth of their being will experience pain. Anyone who ignores the truth that the body speaks to them will experience pain in the body. If you seek to try to escape your pain for the sake of escaping the pain, then you will go deeper into confusion. But to understand that the function of pain is not to cause you to suffer. The function of pain is to cause you to be present, to be what you truly are with the full knowledge and understanding of your essential nature, which is in its most pure form a function of love, a function of compassion, a function of kindness, a function of creativity and playfulness, purposefulness. And in each moment, you can question the moment and say, is this what is right? And your mind, because it has been made to be separate from you and you from it, there are many ideas and thoughts in your mind that go against what is actually right, go against what is actually true. And as a result, you distance yourself even from your mind, which is confused with information that is not based in the foundation of who you are as a consciousness of love. The ability that you have to return yourself to the present moment is not something to be acquired. It's something that you are. You exist and can only exist in the moment. You can be separated from the moment only insofar as you allow your mind and your body to be ignored, to be negated, to be denied. The function of love is not to be confused with the function of sensuality, although sensuality can give one a deep appreciation of the manifestation of matter and the joy of experiencing the material realm of existence. But the function of love is very clear about what is right and what is wrong, what is true, what is false. The function of love, your true function, knows what is right, knows what is wrong. There is no need to prove what is right to someone. There's no need to prove what is true to someone. Although you can utilize the process of communication to articulate a truth, and that may be true for you and it may be true for others, but there are those that will have another version of the truth that will be right for them. And yet it is not your responsibility to make others live a truth that you must yourself live, but rather to understand the truth that you are to live for yourself. It is a very difficult time only because you look forward with fear, not realizing where the source of that fear is. The source of all fear ultimately is when you become separate from what you know to be true. When you separate yourself from what you know to be true, you will experience suffering, which will increase the further away you get from your truth. One who has a habit of drinking excessively are getting further and further from the truth that they know, and they know they are getting further and further from their truth because they are suffering more and more. Not only them, but those around them suffer likewise. And that then becomes the definition of knowing that suffering is a clear example of when you are separated from the truth that is right for you to be living. Whether that truth is evident from the perspective of your physical body's well-being, or whether that truth is respective of what thoughts and ideas you have about yourself and the world. The further you deviate from the truth, the further you will experience suffering, the more you will go into suffering. So ultimately, suffering is the denial of truth. It is the denial of love. This is for all. This is not a principle that is exclusive to one or another. It's a principle that's universal, that every living and sentient being understands this. You wonder why there are some species on this planet that have outlived the human species. It is because they have never deviated from their truth, from their fundamental expression of love. That does not mean that as a human you do not have the potential to evolve yourself far beyond what biology, far beyond what mind would permit you to. Indeed, you can evolve yourself quite far beyond that. But it requires that you remain undeviating from your truth, to stay in that place, of what you know to be true, what you know to be right, what you know to be good. In that, the exploration and curiosities that are natural to who you are can emerge creatively. Your curiosity will be rewarded by excitement, by results. And you become certain in yourself creatively from that perspective that there will become a limitless point in your creation where you become so aligned to your truth that you cannot operate in error. You cannot deviate from love, as love and truth ultimately are synonyms of each other. They match each other. Yes. The process that you must understand is to be here now first, to examine what is occurring for you when you eat. Does it feel good? Is your body vital? Begin with now. If it is suffering, then there is a deviation from truth, a deviation from love. The same also remains true if you are confused in mind, disturbed by emotions, then there is a deviation from truth. There is a deviation from love. There are ideas that conflict with the nature of your existence. As when you place things in the body that are in conflict with its nature, it begins to suffer. And so you can say that all suffering boils down to a deviation from truth, a deviation from love. That is what is occurring. All suffering is a deviation from love, a deviation from truth. And so you look to ameliorate your suffering by looking to the world around you to provide you with relief. And even in your diligent pursuit for relief from this world, if you should find the truth in what you seek, then you will find relief in the world. If you find truth in what you seek, you will find relief. For only truth and love can give you relief from your suffering. And these things can only be found in the present moment, where you can know that something is good, something is not good, something is true, something is false, something is right, something is wrong. You can only know this from this moment. And in all honesty, there is not one among you that is not aware of this truth. Each and every one of you knows that when you place a certain thing in your body or you neglect a certain thing, you all know what you need to do, and you either do it or you do not. But the deviation from truth, the deviation from love, always results in suffering, which can only end when the deviation ceases, when you return to love, when you return to truth as the primary function of governing yourself in this world with a physical body. Your physical body requires very precise and specific things to remain in alignment with love, to remain in alignment with its truth, and for you to experience that. And your body will never lie to you, for if it is suffering, there is a deviation. That is not to say that you are a deviant, but to say you are deviating from the fundamental truth of the body, the fundamental love that it needs, that it requires from you. As you have a will that's independent of your body, it has to carry out what you would command it to do. And so it will do as you ask, but it will suffer when what you ask is not in harmony with its truth. And you will experience its suffering as if it is your own, for you are bound in this lifetime with that body in which you find yourself. You are bound with it to experience it like a lover, to experience it like a friend. It will never lie to you. It is not within its capacity to lie to you. But it is within your capacity to ignore it. It is within your capacity to deny it. It is within your capacity to neglect it. But you can never avoid the consequences of those deviations, for your body will never lie to you. The same thing remains true with your mind and your emotions, that if you deviate from truth, if you deviate from love, if you deviate from what is right, you will experience suffering. When those deviations end, the process of restoration begins. When you return to love, then you will begin to find your suffering will end. You can only do this from this moment forward. You will not be able to do it tomorrow. Many of you have had that illusion that tomorrow I will be better. I will be this tomorrow. But it is now. It is now. The deviation must stop here and now. You must remove the deviation from love, from truth. For your mind, for your body, cannot do these things on their own, but they will never lie to you. If your mind suffers, if your body suffers, it is a deviation from love, a deviation from truth. And this is not a judgment upon any individual that there's something fundamentally wrong if you're suffering. There's nothing wrong with the truth. And if you are suffering, you're in a deviation of love, and that is the truth. And if you correct it, then the suffering will end, both in mind and in body. If you continue to seek solutions in the world around you, then know that if you are close to a solution, the suffering will begin to end. If what you seek in this world can alleviate your suffering, it will be done. You will feel the restoration happen. It will not be temporary. When you restore your mind, your body, yourself to love, to truth, it is not temporary. Love is not temporary when you live in love. Truth is not temporary when you live in truth. What is right is not temporary. If you live in what is right, they become permanent functions of who you are. And what you will say and what you will do will be of love, of truth, of goodness. The deviation can only end as an act performed in this moment. Watch what you do in the moment. Is it love? Do you live in love? Do you place your body in love? Do you hold your mind in love? You will know if you are, for your suffering will begin to end. This is how you know. Love is not temporary. Truth is not temporary. What is right is not temporary. And if you live in these, your life will be these. And you will celebrate each day. You will celebrate each moment. And you will celebrate all the life around you. Understanding this truth, you can see others and know that they are not at fault with you, but they are in a deviation from their own love. And then the blaming can begin to end as you recognize that their expressions are simply their deviation, not yours. You remain in love, and you will remain in love. That is simply the truth. Wow. The gift, so she's told me to call that the gift you can give to the future. And I think it's very wonderful and eloquent. I thank Quan for her presence today. I love that. If we never deviate from love or truth or what's right, we will never suffer. And that all suffering is based on that deviation. And I can certainly agree with that from my own experience in the past. Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Hello, Adam. Hi, Chris. Hello, Jacqueline. Hello, Dara. Hello, Marigold. Hi, Elena. Wonderful people here today. Good to see you all. We got an amazing lineup for you next week. Also, I want to say, if you want to support this channel, you can do so through the Super Chat feature. As the channel keeps growing now, we're going to be getting more and more people. We're close to 2,000 subscribers. Yay! And thank you for your support of the channel. If you want to support the channel, use the Super Chat feature. You can also use the PayPal link on my YouTube channel. And you can also use the Super Thanks if you're watching this after it's gone live. Yeah, thank you. We got so much coming up. We have so many incredible things coming up on this planet. And I can hardly wait till we get to next week. I'll tell you a little bit more about that a little later if you stick around. Question from Adam. Is it possible to manifest a physical object, for example, a pencil, in physical reality? And if so, what are the principles and conditions by which this will work or not? And why and how? Wow. Thank you so much. I got Lord Metatron coming in on this. He's saying, if you understand the organizing capacity that your will exerts over molecular structure, that is, when you formulate an idea or a thought with enough intensity, there's a process of organization that begins at the subatomic level of energy that your species currently understands. A subatomic organization begins, that is, the very smallest of particles begins to organize itself around the structure of your thought or your idea. It's very small. There is a framework of time, a framework of intensity and energy that is required in order to bring all of those substances together from the smallest of particulate level to such a point where they coalesce into matter, much the same way as you can apply the substance of cold onto a liquid, you can transform it. So too your thought works this way in coalescing energy. Is not the movement of your hands a direction of energy, of thought? Your question is very simple in its fundamental principles, very difficult for most to attain, except for those who are very expert at sleight of hand, but it is possible if you can hold the idea to such a point in consciousness that molecular structure begins to form around it. It is why you can take your hands and place them in the air and hold the image of a warm, hot sphere floating in the air long enough, and you can pull your hands away and feel that warm sphere in the air. But the time and energy that it takes to master this skill takes a significant amount of training, because many of you have thoughts that would contradict that reality, as your perception of the material realm is very specific in what you've been taught or trained to believe. But there are many of those that are not in the public domain that are doing these things now, that are manifesting these things. It is happening on a very broad scale for the collective consciousness of your species right now. But yes, you may do this. It takes great will, it takes great focus, it takes great faith, and it takes understanding that your thought is organizing energy. Wow, thank you, Adam. That's a great question. Thank you, Metatron. Really appreciate that. Question from Olena. What is that energy under my left shoulder blade, and how do I release it for good? Thank you so much. I don't know who this is, but the anger that you've got stored there, requires an extension of your love to it, not your desire to get rid of it. Yes. Yeah. Extend your love to the discomfort. Like literally go into that place. This female energy has been she's been trying to tell you this for a while now. That's really important, that so many of you want to get rid of your discomforts, not realizing that you actually need to learn to extend love, but move your awareness into that place where that energy is. Offer it your love. Offer it your love. Even now, offer it your love in sincerity. Offer it in sincerity, and you will experience it change. This follows very closely on the heels of the preceding question. It follows very closely in that your thought, your idea is organizing conditions of matter, even in your body. We hope that you will take the time to go into that and go into that place and offer that your love and share with us the change in your experience from love, as opposed to the desire to get rid of that, which is simply a part of you requiring love. Wow, thank you. Thank you. Great questions today, guys. So much energy today. Question from Sandra. I communicated my truth to a spiritual person who seemed to be reaching out in despair, but it felt to me like it didn't go down too well. Is it best to send love rather than use words? Great question, Sandra. If you understand the concept of distant healing, then absolutely. They're saying for you, it's not just a matter of sending out the vibration of love. If you have a picture or an image of that person, hold the picture in your mind and ensure that you see the energy of love going into their third eye. See and imagine that energy going into their third eye. And do that 3 times. They're saying 3 times over the next 2 days. They're saying it shouldn't take you more than 2 minutes, but be very clear only send the energy when you know it is love. Do not send any other energy. Only send it when you know the energy you're sending into their third eye is love. Do not send anything else there, because there's cause and effect too. So you want to make certain you're sending the vibration out that you wish to receive back from the world, because you cannot give without receiving. That's just the way energy works. It's why our bodies work the way they do. We breathe in, we breathe out. Our bodies are designed that way. Great question, Sandra. Thank you so much. I'm sure there's lots of people that will benefit from that. Question from Grace. How can we release the habit of refocusing and dwelling on the past events that were very unpleasant? I know staying present is helping, but now how we can let go of these thought patterns? Great question, Grace. And the simplest answer is always, of course, love. There's a process that we teach in our our Mediumship Masterclass 102, where we actually teach you how to actually release old, past, dense emotional energies, because we hold them when they're in the body. That's where you store all memory. All emotion is stored in your body. Learning how to transform and transmute the emotion by applying a vibrational frequency that's different. So if you got anger stored in your body, if you got sadness stored in your body, then approaching it with a frequency of love and acceptance and compassion will go a long way to literally transforming and transmuting that energy. Much the same way as you can take an ice cube and turn it into water with heat, or turn it back into ice with cold. When you understand that you as a soul can intend and formulate vibrations of a certain quality, and then direct those vibrations into aspects of your physical, mental, and emotional well-being, you can transform and transmute the physical apparatus, the mental apparatus, and the emotional apparatus through an intentional energy. Again, we teach that in our 102 masterclass. We also introduce that in our 101 masterclass, which is coming up in 3 weeks from now. And you can go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, and go register for the course and actually come out and join the group and learn the process. It's very exciting. But just applying that principle will make a huge difference for you. Thank you, JC. I really appreciate that super chat. That's lovely. Question from Heather. So you're saying anytime we have pain and suffering, physical and mind, it's because we're living wrong. That's exactly what she said. She said that very clearly. If we're suffering, there's a deviation from love, from truth, and from what is right. And the only way, she's also saying right now, it's important you understand you were born in love. You were born in truth. You were born in what is right. You were born in this. It is your primary state of being. And in this world, you were distracted from that as the world pulled you into it with its sensations and fascinations and noises. But understand, anytime one suffers, there is a deviation from love, from truth, from what is right. If you are putting things into the body that are not good for it, then you're deviating from what is right for it, are you not? And you're deviating from what's loving for the body, are you not? If you are thinking ideas in your mind that are upsetting and frustrating, you are suffering, and you are deviating yourself from what is true, what is right, what is love. It is very simple and clear that you may choose to understand this and apply this. And from the present moment, you may restore yourself, body, mind, to what you are. Wow, thank you so much. Great question, Heather. Scroll down here. Here we go. Hi, Nancy. Question from Nancy. Are there any messages for me from my guides? I don't know why I'm getting this jumping up and down, but somebody's saying you need to get out there and dance. Like you need to really really woo, get out there and celebrate. Just find something to celebrate. She needs to have so much more fun. It's not all seriousness. It must be fun. It get really boring sometimes. So serious. Yeah, literally if you've ever seen the whirling dervishes, there's a group called the whirling dervishes. It's an actual philosophical and religious practice of another from another country. That's the kind of energy, and I'm just seeing this vortex of fire. Like you need to really get moving. You'll unleash this energy that's been kept inside you for a long time. But this is get moving. They're saying get moving, get out, have fun, get on it. I love it. Thank you. Great question, Nancy. Thank you so much. Question from Daniela. Does Moldavite have harmful qualities? I don't know who this is, Danielle, but they said anything has harmful qualities if you use it a certain way. You must understand our humor in this, that if you throw a rock at somebody, it will hurt. But at the same time, you may use that rock also to build a home. So how you may choose to use the substance that you are speaking of will determine its function in your life as to whether or not it is in harmony with your love, your truth. I love that. Thank you so much. They got a good sense. Whoever said that to you, Daniela, they got a good sense of humor. Question from JC. There is a possibility of me losing my job due to a vax mandate. Is there any guidance for me? Wow. There's a lot of excitement saying, fear not, delight in others what you would love to do. I don't know what that means, but they're saying delight in others what you would want to do. Is there another way to put that? He may seek to find other things of greater joy to him. These things are not happening to dissuade you from fulfillment, but to lead you to it. Understand, do not look in only one place for love. It is all around you. Do not be captured by but a single flower in a garden. Wow. I'm interpreting that to mean like really, yeah, look for other opportunities right now. Get excited. There's a lot of good energy happening for you right now if you start really looking for something that really excites you and moves you, motivates you. Hi, Drusilla. I love that. Oh, you're welcome. It's a blessing. Thank you so much. Vertical question. Lately, I get belly pain at night and even wake up with it. Why? Wow. When you wake up with it, please, I don't know who this is, but they're saying, when you wake up with me, please comfort me. I don't know who this is, but it feels like a very young child, like a very small, almost like an unborn child saying, please wake up with me in love. Wake up with me in love. Don't have any negative energy towards that. Like, embrace it with your love. This is almost like a child that's about to be conception. Again, I don't know your life situations, but it's almost like a child within you is wanting you to wake up with it and embrace it with your love. It's fascinating. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Question from Tanya. I have these blissful memories, emotional openings more and more often lately. How can I make them come when I need guidance in the moment? I don't know. You got a guardian angel who's been laughing his ass off. He's saying you can't keep making it come. It's just going to come when it comes. If you want the guidance you're looking for, be patient. Yeah, it's kind of like the carrot before the horse. Yeah, he's like saying like, you don't have to try so hard. Don't try so hard. Let it come when it comes, because when it comes, it is needed. When it's not coming, it is not needed. He's saying she's somewhat like a little girl sometimes. That you demand things. You're very demanding, he's saying. He's saying you're very demanding sometimes. Yeah, just tell her, yeah, that what she needs comes when it is needed. Like a little child. Sorry, I like this little child energy. It's really cute. I got time enough for one more question. Let's see, where are we here? Oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. Okay, Adam. Oh, there we go. Adam. For the fairies, what are the functions of the elemental spirits within the physical and astral planes, and why are they specifically suited for these objectives as compared to spirit species? Great question, and I'm being told to send you to another channel. This is a woman that's just actually come on to YouTube recently, and I've known her for a number of years. Her work has just begun. She works exclusively with the fairies. Her channel is Healing Earth Angel Amy. That's her channel, Healing Earth Angel Amy, and she works specifically with the fairies, and she does a lot of dancing with them. And you got to watch some of her videos that she's been releasing lately. But Healing Earth Angel Amy on YouTube, and ask her that question, because she knows the fairies way better than I do. There's a lot of excitement going to be there for you. I think you're going to find a lot of opportunity to connect to the fairy beings that work with you too, because that's what you're really trying to get to understand. Well, Amy will help you with that. Thank you for that. Drusilla, that's so sweet. Thank you so much for that super chat. Go have lunch with Norma. Love you both. We'll definitely do that. And I want to say thank you, Drusilla, for monitoring the channel. I really appreciate that. You and SJK have been doing a really great job, and I really appreciate that. And all of you guys for supporting the channel. We're really close to 2,000 subscribers. I think we were at 1,993 subscribers yesterday. So 7 more subscribers, we hit 2,000. And I'm told a lot of amazing things are coming to our community as we continue to evolve through this. I want to give you a quick preview of what we have coming next week, which is very exciting to me. I was blown away when it came through this morning. So on Monday, June the 13th, Become Your Best Self. And it's going to be with Carl Jung. And in brackets, he told me to put Remake Your Mind. Remake Your Mind. Oh, thank you so much for that super chat. Really appreciate it. Monday, that'll be Monday, June the 13th. Carl Jung. On Wednesday, June the 15th, we've got an all-knowing intelligence cannot make a mistake, and it's with the great poet Robert Blake. And I'm really excited about that. I've never experienced Robert Blake's energy like I did this morning, so I'm going to be really happy to share that with you on next Wednesday. Next Friday, we've got How to Turn the Tide with Gerald Jampolsky. And in brackets, he told me to put faith and knowledge in love allows you to let go of all fear. And I'm really excited about that. So we'll see you next week. And if you're not a member of the channel, please remember to subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell so you know when we come live. And remember to give this video a thumbs up and share it with others. I mean, there's such a huge awakening happening on this planet right now of this ascension movement. People are waking up, and it doesn't matter if you're rich or poor, wealthy or powerful. It doesn't matter. Everyone is going through an ascension right now, and it's going to be experienced according to the nature of how you let your mind and body process it. So learning to teach and train your mind and body to be in harmony with you is very powerful. Anyway, look forward. The next 2 days are going to be very intense energetically on the planet. We're going to be having some huge waves of ascension energy coming back in. So be ready for meditation and integration. And I hope you'll join us tomorrow. During the meditation tomorrow, it's going to be called Become Peace. And I don't know who's coming in, but it's being called Become Peace. And that's going to be tomorrow on Supernatural Saturday, which is the meditation portion of our weekly show. I want to wish you all much love. And thank you, everybody, for supporting the channel today. Your super chats, your great questions. And love you, people. Have a great, awesome, wonderful day. Bye for now.